There is a version of the law of attraction that has become a cultural staple. It suggests that if you focus your mind on a specific future prize, like a corner office or a certain bank balance, the universe will eventually bend to provide it, and you will finally be happy. This approach emphasizes the acquisition of things we don't yet have, while largely ignoring the quality of our internal state in the moments we are actually living. Pixar's 2020 film Soul, directed by Pete Docter, offers a different perspective. It uses the medium of animation to examine the psychological costs of this future-first mindset. When we fixate on a distant destination, our current environment becomes a secondary concern. We effectively detach from our immediate reality, treating the present as a hurdle to be cleared rather than a space to inhabit. We see this through Joe Gardner. He lives in a vibrant, bustling New York City, but he moves through these streets as if they are merely obstacles between him and his daydreams. Joe exists in a state of vibrational waiting. He has convinced himself that his real life cannot begin until he fulfills a single specific desire: playing piano for a famous jazz quartet. This single-mindedness keeps him locked in a frequency of lack. By deciding his life only has value when he is on that stage, he defines his current self as incomplete. The moment he finally secures the gig, his excitement is so overwhelming that he loses awareness of his physical surroundings. He falls into an open manhole, an accident that literally disconnects his soul from the life he was busy ignoring. Joe's journey suggests that when we anchor our identity to a future achievement, we create a deep resistance to the present. We become lost souls because we have abandoned the only moment where we can experience fulfillment. In The Great Before, we encounter 22. Her frequency is one of rejection. She has watched thousands of years of human history and concluded that being alive simply has nothing to offer her. The dynamic changes when 22 accidentally ends up on Earth in Joe's body. Unlike Joe, she has no 5-year plan, no career goals, and no expectations for what a good day should look like. While Joe is panicking about getting back to his jazz performance, 22 is just experiencing being in a body for the first time. She finds a profound sense of connection in the mundane. She notices the flavor of a crust of bread, the feeling of a breeze, and the rhythmic spin of a falling seed. These moments reveal that the spark required for a soul to live is actually the willingness to tune into the frequency of the present, rather than the possession of a grand purpose or a specific talent. Because 22 is operating from a state of genuine presence, she naturally attracts positive interactions. People are drawn to her energy, even though she isn't trying to manifest connections or status. This highlights a subtle mechanic. Alignment is less about the desperation of what you need and more about the energy of what you appreciate. This diagram maps these psychological frequencies. On one end, the weight of obsession. On the other, the lightness of flow. Hyperfixation pushes us toward the lost soul extreme, trapped in a loop of wanting. Present moment appreciation pulls us into the zone, a connected, effortless flow. Manifestation in this context isn't the act of visualizing a future object. It is the result of shifting your internal perception of the now. Joe eventually returns to his body and plays the perfect gig. He achieves the exact manifestation he spent his life asking the universe for. But once the music stops and he steps out of the club, the fulfillment he expected isn't there. He is met with a quiet, unexpected disappointment. He expresses this confusion to his mentor, who responds with a metaphor about a fish. The fish spends its life searching for the ocean, never realizing it is already swimming in the very water it seeks. Joe's realization is that the physical object of a manifestation, the gig, the success, is a medium for achieving a state of being, rather than the endpoint itself. Joe and 22's journey provides a blueprint for a more stable form of alignment, which we can visualize through these expanding layers of awareness. The foundation is understanding purpose as a state of being, grounded in gratitude. The middle layer is perception. Seeing abundance in ordinary moments attracts more. The peak is releasing obsession. Letting go of rigid outcomes creates the space for new possibilities to emerge. True attraction isn't about pulling external things toward you through sheer force. It is about letting your inner spark shine through your current reality. When you value the process of living, the life you desire tends to find its way to you.